Hello friends, in this video I am going to explain about the node information in Pega. In real time, most of the clients nowadays choosing two types of environments. One is on-premise environment, another one is Pega cloud environment. So percentage wise, most of the clients are nowadays depends or rely on the cloud type of environments instead of on-premise environments. But there would be a lot of pros and cons between these two types of environment. So there are some cons with the on-premise environment. There are some cons with the cloud environments. That's okay. I'm not talking about uh, on-premise versus cloud because it depends on the client and depends upon the budget or other factors. Client will choose the type of environment, but each and every type of environment most of the times are following the same structure in the sense depends on the type of the application load, depends on the type of the application and the load to the application. So the clients will choose the number of Pega instances. Usually in real time, in development environment, there would be two nodes. In test environment, there would be three nodes. In stage environment, sometimes there would be four nodes or five nodes. In production, depends on the load, right? It depends on the load. There would be 10 nodes or 12 nodes or 20 nodes, etc. There is no specific these many number of nodes. There is no specific count. Depends on the load to the applications. Clients will increase the Pega instances are nothing but a node. So what is meant by the node here? What is meant by the node here? Node is nothing but a physical instance. A Pega instance. What is meant by the node? Node is nothing but a physical Pega instance. Okay. So in that physical instance, a Pega server has to be installed. Pega server is nothing but application server, either JBoss, WebLogic or WebSphere, etc. Any type of server need to be installed. In the server, the Pega application has to be deployed. This is nothing but a one instance. Similarly, there would be another instance with similar configuration. Again, there would be another physical machine. There also JBoss, WebLogic or WebSphere has to be installed. Again, Pega application has to be deployed. Similarly, so all these Pega instances are under the one cluster. Under the one cluster, there would be a communication. All these Pega nodes are under one cluster. So all these nodes are directly connecting to one common database. So if any user is sending a request from browser to the Pega servers or Pega environments. So in between browser to the Pega servers, in real time, there would be a one more server, call it as a web server. There would be a one more server, call it as a web server. So the request initially going from browser to a web server. Web server here will act as a load balancer. Web server will acts as a load balancer. There are two types of load balancer. One is hardware load balancer and software load balancer. So these load balancer will place a crucial role to redirect the request to the appropriate Pega instances or appropriate nodes. Why? Because depends on the load. Or for example, I have a 4 nodes or I have a 5 nodes in production. If the one user is sending a request from browser, the request will be sending to first a load balancer, which is nothing but a web server. From there, the load balancer will identify the which node or which Pega instance or which Pega server having a less number of loads, then the request will be go to that server. If unfortunately out of these four servers one server is down, unfortunately out of these four servers one server is down, again the next request, the load balancer will redirect it to the remaining any one of the nodes. So that's why in the real time node load balancer will place a crucial role to redirecting or to sending the request to the Pega environments. Why? Because in the real time all Pega nodes or Pega instances or Pega environments are under the one cluster. So for example, in real time, see here node is nothing but a one instance, one Pega instance. Node is nothing but a one Pega instance. As I told you, depends on the load to your application. Clients will increase. Clients will increase the number of nodes. Clients will increase the number of nodes. Okay, so for example, if you want to see one Pega cluster structure, okay, just type a Pega cluster. Just see a sample image. See, for example, so this is node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4. All these nodes are connecting to the one common database, and at the same time, see this one, physical or virtual machines. Virtual machines in terms of the cloud environments. So PRPC virtual servers. This is one physical or virtual machine, this is another, and this is another. So it is coming to the connecting to the database, and each and every server is installed with the Pega application. Each and every server is installed with the Pega application. Don't confuse here. Pega server is nothing but, because people will confuse about the server. So server is nothing but assuming one physical machine. In the physical machine, Pega server has to be installed. Pega servers are, what is the physical machine? Again, Pega server. Inside the physical machine, they will install the one application server, Java application server. We used to call it as a WebLogic or WebSphere or JBoss, or depends on the type, depends on the requirement. So in this physical machine, they will install one application server. In the application server, they will deploy the Pega application. So people in short term, they call it as a Pega instance. This is one Pega instance. This is another Pega instance. And this is another Pega instance. All these Pega instances are connecting to this database, common database. So here Pega cluster with the load balancer. Pega cluster with the load balancer. See here, just a simple example. The load balancer, it is one physical or virtual machine, and physical or virtual machine. So the load balancer will send a request to any one of these three, nodes, depends on the load, and these three nodes are connecting to one database. And see, there are a lot of examples. So here, system administrators, okay, load balancer, PRPC engine node A, and PRPC engine node B. This load balancer depends on the load. It will go to this or it will go to this, because all these are end users, right? All these are end users. End users will send a request to the load balancer. Load balancer will redirect the request to this node A or this node B, etc. If you take any one of the example, see, this is also ingress load balancer. We have a different types of load balancer, but on top of this Pega application servers, on top of this Pega nodes, we have a one web server. We have a one web server. In the real time, there must be a one web server. So, and this is also another example. See this one: designers, desktop users, or mashups, or mobile users, or service clients, etc. See this one: load balancer, proxy, HTTP server. Here, stateful or stateless, etc. dedicated engines. So they will see this one WebSphere, JBoss or Tomcat, etc. These load balancer will send a request to any one of these node instances, go to the database, because here some people will choose web server, some people will choose JBoss, some people will choose Tomcat, etc. That's why you can choose any one of the images, just for your understanding, because uh, okay, so I hope you understand, right? So like this, in real time, the infrastructure or environment will design or set up like this. So now here, each and every node, as I told you, each and every node is nothing but a one Pega instance. So don't confuse. Okay. Now, if you want to find out all those details, because some people doesn't know also how many number of nodes are running in our environment, what is the node details, what is the PRPC version, what is the Java version. Ultimately, this is a Java application, right? It is ultimately this is a Java application. What are the JVM arguments, Java virtual machine arguments? What is the heap memory? By default, heap memory allocated to each and every application server. By default, how much heap memory, JVM memory is allocated to each and every node? JVM memory is nothing but your clipboard memory. Okay. So if you want to know all these details, so we can find out all these details from the admin studio in Pega. So navigate to the admin studio, navigate to the admin studio. There you can see view system and nodes, or nodes running, or if you go to the system nodes, you can choose any one of the option here. So now currently I am using my personal edition, so I have only one node, one Pega node. I don't have any load balancers, I don't have any web servers, but in the real time it is not like that. So in the real time people will use to access your applications, for example www dot mm, people will use to access your application, for example www dot something hsbc dev dot pega.com, something like that, or hsbc dot so and so dot com. Then the request will go to the load balancer, from load balancer to the any one of the Pega node or any one of the Pega instance. So now now one node's running. Currently how many number of nodes I have? One node is running. Maybe I may have four nodes or five nodes, but how many number of nodes running here is one node is running. But it is not like that, because since I am using a personal edition, I have only one node. So just click on view system and nodes. So now see, system name Pega, current system, environment is currently I am using the development. Here it is also showing as a development, but when you are using a production, it would be production, because the production level is 2. Production level is 2. Lock timeout is 30 seconds. By default, this is the overall system level lock timeout configuration. So you can override this setting, no problem. But coming back to the nodes, how many number of nodes I have? Only one node. So that's why running nodes is one. So what is the host name? Host name is nothing but my laptop. This is, since this is my mission, right? My laptop name. If you want to know that also, just go back. Uh, okay. Mm, See this device name. This is my, okay. So like this, the same thing has been displayed here. Node ID, each and every node is having a one ID, but this is not constant. When you restart the server, I mean when you restart your Pega server in the sense not physical machine here, your Tomcat server, when I'm using my personal edition, so the node ID will be regenerated here. What type of node? So we have a one concept called it as a node classification. We have a one concept called it as a node classification. In the real time, in production or in the development, etc., each and every Pega environment is having more than one nodes. So for example, assuming I have a four nodes, so one node I would configure for background jobs, one node I would configure for Kafka stream, one node I would configure for only request, web request, browser request, one node I would configure for uh, I mean, what else? Bix extract, Bix processing. So that is nothing but a node type or node classification. Since I am using my personal edition, I have only one node. So all my background jobs or batches or Kafkas or streams, everything web user. See this one, web user under the same node type. But in the real time, it is not like that. Some of the nodes they will allocated only for Kafka. Some of the nodes they will allocate only for the background processing. Some of the nodes they will allocate for the Bix processing, etc. So if any user is sending a request from the browser, the request will be sent to the only remaining nodes. So these nodes are only dedicated for the background jobs, etc. So this is nothing but a node classification and node type. Current state is running. How many number of users are currently using one node? One user is currently logged into this environment. One user is currently logged into this environment. How many number of agents are running? 75. How many number of requesters are 118? Sir, we have a one more question. Since the users are logged into this environment is 1, why the number of requesters are 118? Why? Because the requesters are not only browser requester. We have four types of requesters. One is browser, another one is application, another one is batch, another one is portlet. Because we have a different types of requesters. So because in the background some batch jobs are running, so the requester will be created by the Pega. So that's why the requester count is not only users. The requesters is, we have four types of requesters: last pulse and the last node started. When the node is started, then the node is started. So if you want to find out the more details about this node, just click on this. See this one, displaying the information from the node you are logged into. So system name, Pega, node ID, node short description, and node type, server name. Server name means nothing but your physical machine name. Server name is nothing but your physical machine name. Server start time, last heartbeat, production level, system running state is running, and concurrent sessions are allowed. Parallelly, how many number of sessions are allowed? It means unlimited. That means you can access or you can log in, or parallel number of users is unlimited, so that parallelly n number of users can parallelly logged into this environment. I mean to say Pega application, because unlimited. Number of agents is 75. Number of listeners is nothing but background listeners. Okay, one. Number of database connectors 0, number of active non etc admin users is 1. So node wide requests start. See this one, browser request is 1 and service initiated application context right 12, and batch initiated is 2895, because node wide request statistics and build information. What is the PRPC version? When? What is the minor version? 06. What is the major version? 8, right? Because current version is 8.6. I am using in my personal edition. What is the JVM version? What is the Java version? 1.8.0. Java vendor Oracle Corporation, and Java Home, where this Java was installed in your machine. Pega 8.6 PRPC personal edition. And Okay, mixed mode, Java VM version, virtual machine version, and see, these are the JVM arguments. As I told you, right? See this one, djava configuration file, e scripts, tomcat config, logging properties, logging manager, etc. What is the XMS 4906 because this is node type, because this 4096, all these things are heap memory size, JVM arguments for heap memory, and node type. So IO temporary directory. This is the Tomcat temp and the Catalina home. So Tomcat Catalina home. Tomcat in the sense here application server home. So you can find out complete information about each and every node here. Okay. If you go back, if n number of nodes are running, you can just click on this another node. So here also you can find out the that particular node information. Apart from that, go back to system name right here. Current system name is Pega. Other systems also PRPC, SBI dev. In the real time they will create their own system name like this SBI dev, etc. And so currently one node is running, currently one users, right? So here so just click on requesters, right? Just now we have seen how many number of requesters, 118, right? See total how many number of requesters, all, because this is all nodes, not only specific node, all nodes. So you can manage or you can see the complete all the node details from the admin studio. See, that's why here it is showing as all nodes. Or if you want to find out the details for a specific node also, you can select the specific node here. Currently in my personal edition I am using only one node, right? So that's why here all nodes are specific node is both are same, because since I have only one node. So total all, how many number of requesters? 118. Active, this is one. My requester, currently what is my requester? This is admin one. Type browser, etc. Because the requester type is browser, right? If you go to the all, okay, type browser, operator ID, admin, node, application, threads. How many number of threads here? 3 threads, and Java thread, pages, how many number of pages, and data access, last access, when the last access was happened, and pages are 60, and threads means 3. Threads means 3. If you want to see that also, you can see the view clipboard. You can see, just click on. So you just click on that. There you can see you can trace, or you can see the clipboard size as well. Okay, you can see the clipboard size as well. uh, Come back here, all right. So here how many number of batch requesters, because in the background so many jobs are running, so many agents are running, so many job schedulers are running. So see this one, batch browser app, browser is only one. How many number of batch? Mostly how many number of pages we have? See, 8 pages. Each and every page is almost 15. 1, 3, 4, 7, 10, 15. So 7 pages, right? 105, and last page 105 plus 4, 109. 109 is the batch requester. So one is a browser requester. So total 110. And come back to app requesters. Come back to app requesters. How many app requesters? Probably 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8 app requesters. That's why total 118. So even if you go back to the system nodes, where is the nodes? Hmm. So requesters is 118. At the same time also node classification. See here, node classification. So I will make a separate video for the node classification. Okay. So you can find out all these details about the node like this. I hope you understand this video more about the node. Thank you.